want your love, I want your love to motivate me. I want your love, I want your love to motivate me. I want your love, I want your love to motivate me. I want your love, I want your love to motivate me. I want your love, I want your love to motivate me.
Well, welcome back, viewers. James Comm began the bike, and we're making our Thursday afternoon run here. We're down here on Franklin Street. We can go into Kansas and take a look at an exhibition by Michael Berryhill titled Incidental Western. And we'll start out looking at some of Michael's little sculptures here. Now, some of these pieces I was looking at and they kind of look like the accumulations that someone would get on their palette. That's on a book. But I was out cruising around and I popped into the show and I thought it looked interesting, so we'll take a look. This piece is titled Lost Leader, oil on linen. And I was kind of intrigued with Michael's technique. You know, he's got a lot of scraping and almost buffing down the surfaces, and then he kind of brushes in very thin layers of paint over the top. This piece is titled Future Testament. I like this one. Now, I'm not familiar with Michael's work, but I did see some pretty well-known people in the painting world wandering around down here. Oh, hey, there's Dave Humphrey. I like this piece. I think this really gives you an opportunity to see his color sense. It's titled Revelations, and it's oil on linen, 58 by 50 inches. And I kind of dig the imagery here. Realistic large hands that kind of almost fade into some kind of figurative stuff. Now, nice little piece that I also think is very coloristically rich. This is called Replacing Nature. A lot of this work really does have a feel of being scraped back and worked over and layers and layers of thin, almost polished paint. It's titled Green Broke. And there's almost a sense of kind of a Victorian imagery that he's kind of breaking up and mixing together and reassembling. Oil on canvas, 37 by 33 inches. Kind of a feeling of a still life there. But it looks like a landscape in the middle. Hey, looks like a hot date for the night. There's Eric Dunbresian. This piece is titled Domestic Static. And this is a more limited palette. But I like what he's doing with this grid pattern here in the center. titled Life on Mars. It's also kind of giving the sense of a still life. The way he scumbles in these colors on top, it almost has a sense of a pastel. It's 24 by 20 inches. Oh, there's the artist.
Be nice, so get out. Be sweet or hit the street. Be nice, so get out. Be sweet.
Well, we'll sweep around the back room. Oh, there's Kathy Bradford. She has an exhibition up now at Ed Thorpe's. Oh, there's Trudy Benson. Russell. This piece is titled Dead or Alive. I think this one really kind of exemplifies what I was talking about when I said there's kind of a Victorian imagery, and there's also a almost a turgid rich color in some of this. I like what he's doing with these violets and purples. This is titled Egyptian Swing. This one is a real light, yummy palette.
Oh, I'm done.
Oh, in a way, these also kind of make me think of some of the Bacabia paintings from, say, the mid-20s. Especially with these kind of polka dots floating around. There's kind of a discreet little sculpture back here in the corner. This is titled Church. Cardboard and plaster and oil paint. 12 by 11 inches. It makes me think of some of Vincent Factu's recent pieces. This is titled Juarez. Oil on linen. And this is kind of interesting. He's using a lot of raw linen and hanging through screens. And we'll wrap up on this piece. It's titled Another World of Interiors. It's 20 by 18 inches. Some luscious colors there. Oh, here comes the artist, Michael Berryhill. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So I understand you're actually from Austin, Texas, is that correct?
I'm from El Paso,
El
Texas,
Paso.
Originally, but then I lived in Austin for like 10 years.
And how long have you been here in New York?
About 10 years, off and on. Like I was here in '99.
Now, did you study art here in New York as well?
I studied undergrad in Austin and then grad school here at Columbia.
Well, tell us a little bit about the show.
Well,
What's the title?
Incidental Western.
Okay.
And yeah, the idea of Incidental Western is that it's incidental where I was born and certain influences and yeah, certainly like everyone has their influences and roots that they can't escape, and that's the incidental part.
Do you feel like there are things about maybe things you picked up in Texas growing up that you still are carrying on in the work?
Sure, and things I'm romantic about are still rooted in like Texas landscapes and Yeah, I still love Austin, certainly.
How about Forrest Best? He was another great
Yeah,
Texas painter.
I just went to the biennial today. It's awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you aware of him when you were a kid growing
I was
up out there?
not at all.
Oh,
Yeah. And I'd never seen him in person until today, probably. So.
Well, when you do look at paintings or painters, who do you look at? Who influences you?
I look at everything. I mean, I just saw Dana Schutz's show today, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, we saw Dana's show last week. Good.
Yep, and you know, I look at a lot of books. I'm definitely like a De Chirico fan, and
I could sort of sense that.
Gustin's always on the brain, but yeah, I like a lot of everything.
Let's talk a little bit about your technique. It looks like there's a lot of scraping and almost kind of buffing the surfaces down a little bit, and then working on the top of that. How do you build those images?
There's a lot of like at the end I stop using medium for the most part. It's a lot of pure dry paint.
Yeah, it almost seems like pastel. They're kind of slid in on top.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me that, but it's not no pastel at all. Just scumbly, brushy, like rubbing it in, kind of.
And this is your first show here at the gallery?
This is my first show at Kansas. Yeah.
And you showed at some other galleries around town before? And
I had a show at Horton in 2009.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you. Okay, well, thanks for taking the time.
Thanks, James.
And coming out to get a little fresh air out here. Michael Berryhill, the Incidental Western, is that the title?
That's it.
All right. Thanks. Here at Kansas. This is James Combe reporting on Michael Berryhill here at the Kansas Gallery on Franklin Street. Thank you, Kate. What's your name? 82. Thank you.